NY87 was recorded by Tha Dogg Pound almost immediately after their return to Los Angeles from their now infamous video shoot for the single New York, New York in 1995. While taking a break from filming in Red Hook, Brooklyn, their trailer was shot up by still unknown assailants, fired up by the Notorious B.I.G.'s comments when he phoned into Funkmaster Flex's show on New York radio station Hot 97. Live on air, Biggie said something to the effect of, "I can't believe New York is letting Tupac and Tha Dogg Pound shoot a video right in the heart of our city." In fact, Tupac did not appear on New York, New York, and he wasn't even in the city at the time. It was Snoop Dogg accompanying Tha Dogg Pound on the video set. Fortunately, no one was harmed in the shooting, but this only increased the hostility between rappers on the East and West Coasts in what was already a tense situation following Tupac being shot in New York in 1994 and the bad blood between East and West Coast rappers at the Source Awards in 1995. Co-producer DJ Quik sets the tone with a spoken word intro by complaining his lack of appearance in New York-based hip-hop magazine The Source is because people on the East Coast are the enemy. Then, in an ad-lib, Daz, who is the other producer on the track, mocks Biggie by repeating the claim that Tupac slept with Biggie's then wife, Faith Evans. When the song gets going, Corrupt, Threat, Daz and Tupac take turns rapping over an ominous beat and sinister keyboard melody. A whole slew of East Coast artists are dissed, including Channel Live, Biggie, Mobb Deep, J. Rue the Damager, A Tribe Called Quest and Tragedy Gaddafi. In addition to all of this, somehow Daz also finds time to squeeze in a diss towards two longtime West Coast rivals, BG Knockout and Gangsta Drayster, with a subliminal reference to two murders on their Nutty Block Crip set in Compton. To his credit, Corrupt does try to offer some balance by letting us know he's not beefing with the whole East Coast. He tells us he's down with Method Man, Redman and Nas, and he pays homage to hip-hop legend KRS-One and Boogie Down Productions. But this is about as conciliatory as it gets on this otherwise savage track. This will have been one of the first songs Tupac recorded after he was released from prison and signed to Death Row Records. Tupac was already feeling hurt and betrayed by East Coast artists, including Biggie, who'd once been his friends. So when he heard about his new label mates being shot at as a result of Biggie stirring things up on the airwaves, he would have been incensed. On his verse, Tupac tells us he's not choosing sides, but then quickly contradicts himself by saying he's allied with the West Coast and F New York. Tupac would make more and increasingly explicit diss tracks after this one. However, this is the first and only time to my knowledge that he disses the entire city/state of New York, which was, let's not forget, his place of birth and the place where he'd enjoyed success before things went so very sour. I like to think the title of this diss track is a reference to the rap rivalry between Bronx-based Boogie Down Productions and the Juice Crew, who hailed from Queensbridge. This rap rivalry, known as the Bridge Wars, was at its height in New York in 1987. However, I think the song title NY87 is more likely to be a simple play on the similarity in sound to the section of the California Penal Code that defines murder, which is section 187. At the end of the track, Corrupt proudly evaluates it by saying, "Now that's dissing." And he's not wrong. NY87 is a diss writing masterclass, and I think that this controversial, unreleased song would have caused an earthquake in hip hop if it had been put out at the time. If you've not heard it yet, give it a listen, then drop me a comment to let me know what you think.